There was a young man so lazy that the whole village despised him. Everyone thought he would never accomplish anything. But with just one strange challenge from an old monk, he turned his fate around and discovered the hidden strength within himself. Welcome to Buddha and Mindfulness, where we tell inspiring stories and share teachings that nurture the soul, so that you can live a more peaceful and fulfilling life. In today's video, we will follow the journey of a lazy young man who overcame himself and discovered the hidden strength he never knew existed. But first, don't forget to subscribe to Buddha and Mindfulness to support us in sharing new stories every day. One day, an old monk came to the village. He observed the young man sleeping under the shade of a tree and called him over. The monk said, "My son, I have a task for you. Climb to the top of this mountain, descend to the other side, and bring me a feather from a cave." The young man laughed mockingly and replied, "Master, I am far too lazy. How could I ever climb that tall mountain?" The monk smiled kindly, his eyes shining as if he knew something. "It is precisely because you think you cannot that you must try. The feather is not on the mountain itself. It lies on the other side, and the only way to reach it is by crossing the summit." These words sparked curiosity in the young man, and for the first time, he decided to step out of his comfort zone to attempt what seemed impossible. The path to the summit was not easy. After only a few steps, the young man was gasping for breath, sweat pouring down like rain. His legs felt heavy, his body wanted to give up. Yet whenever he thought of the mysterious feather, he found new strength. Step by step, though slow and clumsy, he kept climbing higher. The wind howled, the sun burned his skin. Many times he stumbled onto the rocks, but each time he pushed himself up again. He had never gone this far, never felt his heart pounding so wildly. At last, when he reached the top, he was overwhelmed by the vast and majestic view stretching out before him. Standing high above, looking down at the tiny village below, he felt a pride and happiness he had never known. His joy did not last long, because he remembered the journey was not yet over. He had to descend the far side of the mountain to find the feather inside the cave. The path downward was steep and slippery, loose rocks rolling beneath his feet. Several times he nearly tumbled into the abyss. Yet he did not give up, for the desire to reach his goal kept urging him forward. After many hardships, he finally saw a small cave where sunlight streamed in, illuminating a feather that shimmered brightly. He stepped inside, his hands trembling as he picked up the feather, feeling its lightness and preciousness. But at that very moment, he realized an even greater problem. How could he possibly bring it back over the mountain? The thought of giving up flashed through his mind. He had once believed that simply reaching the cave and seeing the feather would be enough. But then he remembered the pride he had felt at the summit. A new strength rose within his heart. He gripped the feather tightly and decided to try again. The way back was even more grueling. His legs felt drained of all strength. His breath came in desperate gasps as if his chest might burst. He fell down and got back up, so exhausted that he wanted to stop forever. Yet every time he fell, the memory of conquering himself pulled him to rise again. After endless effort, he finally climbed the mountain once more and returned to the other side, where the old monk was still waiting. When the young man offered the feather, the old monk smiled, his eyes filled with compassion and encouragement. He said, "Now you understand. Laziness is not your destiny. It is only a challenge to overcome. When you conquer laziness, you discover the true strength within yourself." The young man remained silent, his heart overflowing with awakening. He realized that all this time he had not been untalented, but had only shackled himself with laziness. From that moment on, he knew he could achieve anything if he dared to face challenges and persevere to the end. The story of the lazy young man proves that laziness is only a mountain in the mind, and if we dare to climb over it, a new world will open before us. Today's lesson reminds us that to overcome laziness, we must set high goals, build discipline, and believe that every small step brings us closer to our inner strength and resilience. Thank you for listening to this story on Buddha and mindfulness, where we bring you stories and teachings to help you live a peaceful and mindful life. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share to spread this positive message to many more people. Buddha and mindfulness, stories and teachings for a mindful life.